Hello and welcome to the Inspire Aspire podcast. And today we have a very special person on. He is a business owner, very successful one indeed, and he owns a nerdsworld.com. He has a YouTube channel on YouTube, obviously, and is very successful. So I hope you enjoy. Let's get right into it. Okay, so please introduce yourself, and we can.
My name is Chris. Yes, sorry, go ahead.
And we can all learn from your experiences and that. So yeah, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Chris A. Hughes, owner, founder of nerdsworld.com, and we currently have 3 physical locations in Toronto.
Excellent. So I know for a fact that you build websites, don't you? You design and build websites. So what's your main driving point? Like what forces you inside yourself to make websites, and why do you build just websites and that, or do you do other things?
I'm not a developer. I haven't personally built a website in about 10 years. I started as a one-man team, so I was the builder, and then I quickly realized that there's smarter people out there, more gifted at building sites. So I've sort of hired and put together the best team of nerds I could find in Toronto. And I guess my selling point is this. I'm an entrepreneur literally from birth. So when somebody comes to us to build a website, it's not merely about throwing nice pictures and text on an online website. It's about how to build a successful business and a successful brand. So I guess that's what my sort of selling point is. Us, unlike other people, it's 100% transparency. We have upfront pricing on our website. Our doors are always open, and the clients actually they can walk in off the street and actually meet the nerds working on their project. There's no outsourcing at all. Everything is done at one of the 3 locations in Toronto.
That's excellent. I actually
That's my quick sales pitch.
Excellent. I do actually really like that. I like that you believe you're a born entrepreneur, because myself, I believe that as well through many projects that I have attempted and things like that. So I do like that. I can relate to that. And yeah, so next question would be, if you had to choose, what would be your most wanted final dream in life?
It's tough. This is very difficult. Yep. Without sounding, I don't even know how to say it, but I'm happy. At a younger age, I'm 39 years old. When I was younger, I think, 18 years old, I had this big vision of being a multimillionaire by the time I hit 30. And then when I hit 30 and I wasn't there, I set a new big goal, to own an island and be in a certain place at a certain time. I'm 39 years old right now. I make more money than I could ever imagine. And I'm happy. It's weird. I stopped setting those big goals because I don't want to seem greedy with the amount of business that we create and the success we've had. I'm quite content, not only in business, with family and etc. I'm content with where I'm at right now. So I don't really have an answer to you. I see an expansion and growing as a business. But that being said, I don't have any certain goals in mind. I sort of play it day by day.
That's actually really good. That it's nice to hear that you're happy with how you're living and all that. Yeah. So, okay. So I know on your channel you have quite a few mindset and motivation type videos and that. So when did you start, and how did you start with getting knowledge about mindset and motivational things and that?
I don't know. I just believe being an entrepreneur, part of the reason I put these videos together is to sort of mentor strangers. It's difficult to sort of share the experiences I've had. I know there's a lot of entrepreneurs that quit prematurely because they just keep seeing failure. And to me, that's the norm. There's many different failures I've seen in my life. And also just to explain, I was never book smart by any means. Like a complete failure, 52, 53. At one of my other locations, I have all my report cards. they're embarrassing, but they're also like there's a glimmer of, for those children, those students. I speak in front of high schools all the time, and I try to reach out to the kids that are entrepreneurs. They might not be the best at writing a test or an examination, but they have that internal flame of entrepreneurship, and there's still hope for them. They shouldn't quit. They shouldn't be embarrassed of their entrepreneurship dream. Now, I have 3 small young kids. Of course, their fathers are entrepreneurs, so I would love for them to go that route. But most traditional parents do not want their children to go that route. They'd rather go to university, get an education, be an accountant, and all those other type of boring jobs. So I think through my videos, I have a wide variety of audience from around the world, young kids to senior citizens. And I guess my underlining point is like, you can do it at any age. And I guess the light at the end of the tunnel is just, once you get it, it could take 20 years, 30 years. Once you get to that point, like, happiness is there, and it is possible. So I guess that's why. And I don't have any friends. I work. My employees are my friends, right, Peter?
Yeah.
I'm at one of the locations here, and there's about, 12 to 14 people working, and I just jumped in a back little storage room to do this, so it's a little quieter.
Yeah.
Just hopefully to inspire others and to sort of, it's weird. It's like a source of letting out my feelings, even if it's to myself, and then it's wonderful that a few people listen to the videos.
Yeah, I totally agree with the whole entrepreneurial shit at a young age and looking for the goals and the future and that, because I'm only 16 and I've had like about 5 to 10 projects which I have just cast off because I thought it was failing. So this is my project now, which I am not going to cast off and say it's failing. So yeah, I totally agree with you on that. That is excellent.
You're young. You're young, right? You're already taking the first step. Surround yourself with successful people or people trying to do something, and it will rub off. Like looking back to me when I was 16, I already had my first apartment. I was putting myself through high school. I got my first apartment when I turned 14 years old, meaning cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner, paying rent. That was all me. And I lived in a bad neighborhood, meaning it wasn't great to be around. So I would sort of lock myself in the house and just come up with these ideas of what I can do to get myself out of the situation, meaning not live in a crummy apartment with cockroaches. And that sort of began the dream and setting goals for 10, 20, 30 years into the future. So what you're doing, it's wonderful.
Yeah. Sorry, I was going to say something then. I completely forgot what I was going to say.
No problem.
But next question then. So I think you've already mentioned this to do with wanting to show people your passion and all that sort of thing. So if you could go into more detail on what prompted you to start making YouTube videos.
Yeah, I really don't have an answer. At first, the mindset was if I educate my users, so I would share my channel with my clients, tips and tricks on how for themselves personally to run their own website and create traffic and, beginner's SEO. So I'm not simply trying to sell you my service. First, I'm trying to state the fact that I know what I'm talking about, and I can let the client decide if they want to do the updates, if they want to do the SEO, or if they want to hire us to do so. That's how it started out. It actually started out as a way to increase sales without directly selling my service. But then it became so much more than that. I'm at 3,000 subscribers right now, which, like on a YouTube basis, is tiny. But I mean, it's amazing because I've built relationships. There's one woman that sent me a long message saying, like a private message saying, like she was going to commit suicide. Everything in her life is going horribly wrong, and her business is going to be bankrupt, and she's just about to get divorced from her husband. Her kids are going to be separated. And it's amazing that a video about me talking about how I was a failure my whole life and now I'm living the dream was enough for her to say, I'm not going to quit. I'm ready to continue on. So I guess my motivation for videos now is different than it was a year ago. I really like meeting people and reaching out to people and communicating. And I know it's not going to inspire everyone. I get it. I'm not at that point. But I mean, if I can help a few people out, that's all I could ever ask for.
That is a very, Very beautiful mindset, I've got to say. I do very much appreciate that you like helping people, because a lot of people focus on the money, don't they? When in fact it should be more focused on giving value and helping people in life.
I'll tell you what, the people that are looking for a long-term career in a successful business, that's what they should be looking for, right? You're looking to educate people, and in turn, business it will come. So there's nothing for me to be concerned about.
Yeah. Okay. That was good. So, what do you love most about your videos? I know you've already said you like educating people and bringing like knowledge to everyone and showing your passion and emotions, but is there anything else you just really enjoy about creating YouTube videos?
No, you know what? Like I've actually taken a break for the last month, completely away. My son, I have 3 children. My son at 8 years old, he has autism, and he was sitting with me about a month ago, and he looked at me and said, "Dad, I have a play coming up in school. I know Mom will be there, but I know you're not going to be there because you're at work. You're too busy." And that sentence, or that quick talk, made me realize that I don't have a lot of free time in life, period, and I need to dedicate more time to the things that are important. So I sort of pushed YouTube aside for the time being, just to give my mind a break. What do I like? It's endless. The opportunities are endless. Once again, there's never going to be, like, I'm never going to run out of ideas on what to shoot for videos. And I don't know. I didn't answer any of your question. I guess I got sidetracked.
It's actually really nice. Either way, whatever answer I get, I do appreciate, because you're giving a proper nice insight into what I guess business is really like, which is useful for anyone, really.
Well, you know what? That's the idea with my channel. I think it's just giving the 100% honest opinion of daily business, the goods, the bads, the ups, the downs. I just want to be 100% transparent with literally everything, and that might be able to help some people. Some people don't like it, but once again, all I can do is shout out to the world and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly that, I guess. And so this might be another difficult one. Who or what inspires you the most to do anything?
Yeah, there's not one particular person. I'll go the opposite route and say my dad, I don't know, not believing in my ability as an entrepreneur was my motivation. Sort of the idea of trying to prove people wrong was my motivation. Knowing that I had a lot of obstacles growing up was my motivation. But that being said, like as a 12-year-old child, I knew I wanted to own a business. You know, I didn't want to be a basketball player. I didn't want to be a fireman. I wanted to be a business owner. And that's been my motivating factor along my life, my journey. I've met a few people that have definitely motivated me, and I'm always all ears. If we were meeting in person at a restaurant, I would be asking you questions because I'd like to know your opinion on certain things, because I'm going to take that in my mind. Like my book, my mind is always open. And I'm motivated because I have 3 children right now. And I want to succeed for them. I want to leave them something when I'm no longer on this planet. And that's my ongoing motivation.
Excellent. This is getting quite emotional, actually, with how you're answering these questions. I really do appreciate it. So I think you've mentioned this about your kids and that. So what keeps you going in like life and business and all that?
You know what? I know some people do not have this, but to me, it's internal. So I'm self-motivated every day of the week. You know, even from a financial standpoint, I don't have to work anymore. My business runs. There's managers at each of my locations. I don't have to work, but I'm motivated to be a part of a team. And I like to be the one that's responsible for either the success or the failure of my personal business. So it's just in me. Hopefully I'm verbalizing it the way I should. I don't have a real answer. The answer is it's just in me.
Yeah. Excellent. So last question here will be, what was the biggest learning opportunity or experience that you either missed or took?
I think the best. I quit my real job. When I quit my first, not my first real job, but when I quit my job. Where are you located?
Where am I located?
Yeah.
North of England, roughly.
So in North America, we have Foot Locker and Champs. It's a big chain store of shoes. I got a job there as a manager in training, and I worked my way to assistant manager and manager within about 6 months. So I was managing one of their biggest stores, and it still wasn't enough for me. So I asked to become a district manager, which at my age bracket was like unheard of. So they started putting me through training, and I was enjoying it because I love shoes and I like being around shoes. And one day I read this entrepreneurship magazine, and you got to think back, this is like 18, 20 years ago. At lunch, I would read an entrepreneur magazine, and there's an article about a woman, a single mother that quit her corporation job to start an e-commerce website. And she's seen this great success. She became a millionaire in the first year. And I'll be honest, there's a picture of her. She was fairly large in size. She didn't look like the ideal entrepreneur. She looked like the stay-at-home mother. And when I saw the picture and I read the article, I said, this is something I need to do, because in the future, people are going to be, shopping online. So that very day, I quit my full-time job with no game plan, no immense accumulation of money in my bank account. And I said, I'm going to lock myself in the room and learn how to build an e-commerce website. So that was really the turning point that took me away from the 9 to 5 and threw me into this spot where I had to make money, or I had no backup plan. I didn't live with my parents. I wasn't even talking to my parents. But that was the point where I decided just to do, like Nike, just do it.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time, but that was really the turning point.
Okay. That's everything I've got. So I really appreciate you being on here today. Thanks.
No problem at all. Before you leave, can I show you my spot?
Yeah.
Show you how it works? Because I'm in the dungeon. So there's one nerd, Dan. It looks it's dark in here.
It really is dark, isn't it?
I don't think most people realize the size of. Everybody can say hello.
Hello. Hey, what's up, bro?
Hello.
Hi, man.
Y'all.
So each of the locations has a team of people internally where we're building websites, right?
Yeah.
And if I were to compare us with the competition, we're building over 1,000 sites a year. So I mean, in North America, we're the one producing the majority of the work for big and small businesses. So I just thought I'd show you a little peek around. I think most people think I sit at home and shoot YouTube videos all day, but it's nice to see the actual 16 to 18 hour work every day. So that's it. It was a pleasure, and hopefully your channel grows to great, whatever size you'd like it to grow to.
And that's all I've got for today. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and definitely leave a comment about what you thought about this video.